Hello everyone and welcome to DARI TV, and today we're going to talk about living, studying and working in Korea.
You forgot your name.
Okay, so
That's okay.
yeah, my name is Dilshod Akbarov, and today we're going to talk about living, studying and working in Korea.
Hi everyone, I'm Hannah John, and today I'm here with Dilshod,
Yes.
who I had the pleasure of teaching while I was here at Hankuk University of Foreign Studies. For those of you who know me, this was actually my first full-time teaching position, so at the business school right over there. And so it's actually really surreal coming back here to campus several years later. And so I have a lot of fond memories, especially with this superstar student. And so I'm
Thank you.
So I'm really thrilled that Dilshod has agreed to meet with me and also to share some insights with you, because I know a lot of you are very interested in living in Korea, studying in Korea, but also working in Korea. So I'm sure that he'll have a lot of pointers to share.
So a quick introduction from my side. My name is Dilshod and I'm originally from Uzbekistan. I have been studying, living and working in Korea for over 8 years now. I studied at Hankuk University of Foreign Studies under the guidance of Professor Hannah John, of course. I'm proud to be one of your students. And after graduating Hankuk University of Foreign Studies, I joined GS Corporation, which is one of the largest conglomerates in Korea. And after working there for about 2.5 years, I joined the British consultancy, where I am a project manager overseeing energy projects at the moment. Right. And I forgot your question.
So after graduation, you have a fantastic degree from a fantastic program, and now you're deciding to go into the marketplace. Did you know from the beginning that you wanted to work in Korea? And if so, how did you choose the types of companies that you would apply to?
When I was a third-year student, I have clearly decided that I will go to the market right after graduation. So in my case, in my last semester, I had only one class left. I finished my graduation thesis and my examinations in the previous semester, so I left entire semester to apply for different kind of jobs. And you shouldn't put all your eggs into one basket, and I applied for about 76 companies.
76?
Yes, I applied for 76 companies and I got a kind of response from 16 of them.
Oh, wow.
And I got into the last round and kind of basically employment offer from 3 of them. So you can imagine how I started 76 and then 16 interviews and then only 3 employment offers. So that is the level of, I think, you should aim for. You know, if you apply for as many companies as possible, you will basically increase your chance of getting a good job. And big corporates, they rarely roll out foreign track only recruitment. So they just announce a recruitment program, and in a small bracket they say you can apply even though you are a foreigner. So even though you don't see that, please go ahead and apply, because there are a lot of Koreans who have got foreign passports and they usually apply for big companies in Korea. Internships are important. I did 2 internships when I was a student, one at Korea International Trade Association and another one at Woori Bank headquarters. So it was one of the biggest parts of my resume that I think that appealed my kind of potential employers. So I strongly recommend students to do internships. And how do you find those internships?
You're asking all of the questions.
Yeah. So
I'll just exit.
how do you find those internships? Well, there are 2 ways. And one way is checking regularly the website of your university's kind of Office for International Student Affairs, because in most of the cases, big corporates or small and medium-sized enterprises, they just, when they need a foreign workforce, they just call to universities and let the international office know about their kind of requirements, and then they let those staff do all the job. So you should regularly check, and give huge credit to Ewha Women's University, because I've got a lot of opportunities through the website of Ewha Women's University's Office for International Student Affairs. So they regularly upload different kind of opportunities for foreign students to do internships, to do kind of extracurricular activities, or even sometimes marketing kind of challenges that are rolled out by corporates. That is very good for your resume, guys. Okay. Another way of searching for information is a slightly conservative way, which is just Googling. So there are keywords such as global internship, or 외국인 internship. These kind of search, keywords work very well. These are basically two ways that you can find internships.
If you have a written exam or even for the interview, were those all conducted in Korean?
In Korean and English.
Okay.
Because, for example, they had an essay written in English, and they had a verbal interview in Korean. So it's very important, to speak Korean, even though not at an expert level. But I strongly recommend students to learn as much Korean as possible, because we're in Korea, we need to speak their language. And even though you go for Korean local branch offices of international companies, you've got to speak Korean in order to interact with the clients, or in order to just survive in Korea, basically. So I strongly recommend people to study Korean. And it's a lovely language. You need to have a little bit of an interest, and you'll be there. Yeah.
There are some out there who are very interested in studying the language, and there might be a little bit of a divergence when it comes to doing well on the topic versus being able to speak to your seniors.
Well, Professor, you have absolutely hit the nail on the head on that one, because even though I had a level 6 when I got employed at GS,
Very good.
I had to learn Hanja. When you write reports, when you write in Korean it's called 보고서, to your seniors, you need to make it as concise as possible. So sometimes you need to write those words in Chinese characters. So you need to understand those nuances in order to feel comfortable in a Korean working environment. And it's not as challenging as it sounds, because once you read a couple of reports that's written by others, you'll understand the general kind of flow, and then you need to just follow that, and that will basically allow you to spread your wings.
Spread your wings and fly.
And fly.
Isn't Hufs the eagle as well?
No, I think it's owl.
Is owl?
Yes.
Wisdom.
Yes.
Sorry, I was thinking of another university across the street. I think Dilshod is just, and not just because he's with me, but he's such a great example of what I really encourage my students to do, which is keeping in touch and having even more meaningful relationships with those around you, including professors.
All right.
Because I remember when I had already left Hufs and I was already teaching at Yuhua, I had posted somewhere on SNS that I was going to do maybe some sort of academic paper presentation over here at Hufs. And Dilshod saw that. And he sent me a message. He said, "Oh, Professor, are you going to be here at this date?"
Right. And we met there.
I think so. We met at the graduate school, and there was a cafe at the first floor.
Right.
And he really went out of his way to do that. I think there are some students who are very cynical about the idea of networking, that it feels very superficial and fake, and that you're only trying to get something. But it's little things like that that really cultivate the relationship. And when you have the opportunity, please do. And so I really appreciated him reaching out. It was great to touch base then. We're always happy to meet with you.
Yes.
And we're really here to help you as well. And also for me, I recently was able to connect Dilshod with a student of mine who's doing some research, not just in energy, but specifically for Uzbekistan as well. And so for me, it's great to have students who are willing to continue to meet with me and stay in touch with me and are not completely scared.
Oh no!
I didn't scare them away. But he's been fantastic and really, really generous in helping. And so these are the students that I, in Korea we would say, 평생 책임지겠다.
평생 책임지겠다.
평생 AS right now. I'm so thankful that you were willing to do this.
Thank you, Professor, for inviting me to your channel, and I wish good luck in your channel.
Thank you.
DARI TV. I hope it becomes a real DARI between you and Korea. Thank you. Is it? Okay.
We're okay. Are there any maybe professors or students you would like to say hello to over here?
Oh yeah, obviously. I would like to say a big hello to Professor Autumn Cave, who is I really try to follow the professors, even some catchy phrases that professor used. Yeah, and also I wanted to thank all my professors basically at the College of Business who taught us, really hard and basically made us where we are at the moment.
Yeah.